And welcome along and welcome back to No Man's Land. We are headed up to the shop in our truck because we're really rather low on fuel in our tractor. So what I'm hoping to be able to do today is get myself some refill of fuel. I'm not exactly sure where we refuel the fuel around here. There must be somewhere around the side of here, but we need to get something to put the fuel into. In fact, there it is. So we're gonna go over to here and into the shop, and in here under miscellaneous we have got, so it's 29,500 for the fuel tanker, but it is only 2,400 for the mobile fuel tank, and I think this is going to be very useful to us on the farm. So we are going to have to borrow some more money. Somebody said something that made me laugh in one of the comments. I borrow money more often in this series than Greece does, which is A, really old reference, and B, we're only really borrowing it as we need it. So another 5,000. It's a little bit, we're using it a little bit like a very, very big credit card, with the with the interest to match at the moment. So we've got our littered fuel tank. We want the main color. I'm going to match the color of our truck, and we're going to put the yellow on the top and buy that. Yes, please. Okay. And my hope is that we're going to be able to pick this up and put it into the back of the truck, because if we can't, oh, we can, thank. Otherwise, we were going to have to go and get the tractor. And that would not have been good. So, yeah, we want to put this in with the digital display showing outwards. We're going to put it right at the back here. Hopefully fit it in. Yeah, I was too far forwards. So there. Slots in rather nicely, I think. Should be pretty perfect. We'll strap it down so that it stays in place. And now, whoa. Oh, right, that's me getting into the fuel tank. So let's get out of that and get into the actual truck. And that's how we fill it up. So we basically get right up close to it and get it to refill. So bring this around the side here, like so. Get into the fuel truck. No, I won't be able to redo that now. There we go. And refill it. And we can see that our fuel meter just goes up, with this really nice close view of it. And after a little while, we've filled up with 525 litres, and it's cost us £656. But that's all good. That'll keep us going for a while. And yeah, I can feel the weight in the back of our truck a little bit now. But we can get this back up to our farm and finish off the job that we were doing yesterday. Now, we've got two jobs I want to do on the farm today. I want to get this ploughing finished, so we've got this little bit of ploughing that we had left on our new field, so we're going to be getting that done. And then the other job that I want to get done is to get some rollers and get to work on rolling our seeded field. We need to get that done, because if we don't, we're going to find ourselves in a position where we leave some of the yield percentage, or possible yield boost percentage on the ground. So yeah, we've got to do that. Let's refill this, and up it goes. I'm wondering how much we're going to use. So we started off with 525. How much are we going to go to? 430. So 95 litres we used to fill our little massey up. So not too bad. Not an expensive tractor to run, this one. So it should work out fairly well for us overall. And all we've got left on this field here is the headlands and this little bit leading up to the road. So I'm going to get this finished off fairly quickly. We don't want to be dwelling on this too long today, because obviously we did a lot of it last video. So I'm just going to get this field finished up. And then we're going to head down to the shop and go and get ourselves some rollers to deal with our seeded field. I need to turn on the create fields. There we go. And away we go. It's not taking me very long to get around this field and do this last bit. I've done the top headland. We're now going to do the bottom one. So I'm just going to bring this up here. And I turned the top headland into the field. So I'm going to turn the bottom headland out of the field to keep all of the burrows kind of flowing the same direction. And then next year, the idea would be, or how you do it in real life, is you would then next year turn them the opposite way so that you keep the ground flowing in the right direction in the field. Keep the ground coming back into the field and keeping things turning nicely. The bottom end of the field here looks like it might take 3 or 4 goes to get it in, but that should be fine. And we have a little patch there we need to go back and fix. Otherwise, this is turning out to be a nice field. Lots of stones. So we are going to get our stone picker over this as well and just get this field sorted from that point of view, because at the moment, yeah, it is absolutely chocker full of stones. Actually, I don't think we're going to need to do another headland on here. I think our plough is actually wider than I give it credit for most of the time, and we should come along here fairly nicely and into this corner. I just want to come across the corner slightly just to sort of round this off a little bit. There we go. There we are. That does that corner. And we've got some nice rounded corners on our fields. That will help things with the plough, sorry, with the harvester later on. It'll mean that it has a little less of a hard time coming around corners. And again, I just want to give, I think actually, no, I'm happy with that corner. So that is all good. We'll turn off the create plough function, create field function, and get this back to the farm then. And now that we've done this, we can get on with getting some rollers for that field there, because that is the main job we have for today. We need to get that rolled, get our oh, there we go, get our yield percentage or yield bonus percentage up on that field. And yeah, that should work out quite well for us. But then, if we're going to have time today, we're going to go and get the stone picker on that other field and get that done and dusted. I'm loving your comments and suggestions on this series. Lots of really interesting, really good things you guys are saying. Keep them coming. I am always up for either responding to them directly in a video or replying to you guys in the comments myself. So yeah, please do keep them coming. We are back up at the shop now, and we're going to look at rollers. Now, I did have a set of rollers planned for use here. I really wanted to use these Cambridge rollers. They look absolutely brilliant. You can triple them up. They're inexpensive to do. And yeah, I would love to have had these. However, I went to go and find where they were, where I'd got them from. Discovered that it was the mod hub, and they're no longer there, which is not great. I really wish they were, because yeah, these would have been absolutely perfect for this series. So I have found these. I think these are a Ukrainian brand of roller, the KZK 601. I cannot even begin to pronounce the brand, unfortunately, but should do us fairly well on here. Now I'd like to put it in the red, because we're going with a red and yellow farm here. Well, the alternative is, yeah, we don't have a yellow, so yeah, red for these rollers. It is going to cost us £450, so yeah, we are going to have to go and grab ourselves some more money. Our loan is going to be up to 325,000, and a reminder, we have to pay all of this back in order for this series to be a success. All of this money is going to have to be paid back. The advantage is, the second year of this, we shouldn't have to borrow any money at all. So let's get the color to the one we want. Red. So red 2 is that. Red 1 is that. I'm going to go red 1. And that is 4,500. So we'll buy that. Yes, please. Okay. Yeah, just under what we'd hoped to do there. Yeah, not a Matty Ferguson red, but still a red. And yeah, slightly paler by the looks of things. Now this one, this particular mod came from King Mods. If you want to grab hold of it. And yeah, very, very nice mod this. Should do as well. It actually comes in a pack of 3, so they have all types of rollers. Let me just show you here. I think we've got a mulcher. So if I have a look under the mulchers, you see we've got a set of them there. They've got those ones in this pack. And also in this pack, we have got a grass. Where's grass technology? Grassland care, there we go. Yeah, set of rollers, flat rollers in there for grass as well. So yeah, nice set of rollers, a 3-pack, and they are all nice and affordable at the 4,500 mark. Now the power requirement on these rollers is only 70 horsepower, so it should easily be covered by our 95 horsepower tractor here. And we won't be able to pick them up at the end of each row, I don't think. So if we come onto here and unfold these, yeah, we need to sort of back up as they're unfolding. Otherwise the wheels are going a bit weird. And yeah, so that's, yeah, I need to then lower them down for them to be properly used. And so, yeah, we cannot pick them up at the end of each row. So I'm going to try and turn on the field with them. And if we look here in our menu, you can see now that we've gone from needs rolling to needs lime. And we've got the same thing on our ploughed field at the other side. So we are going to take a hit on the yield on this field because we haven't limed it. And we're going to have to try and get the other one limed, I think. Because otherwise we are gonna, well, I don't think we've got enough money or horsepower to be able to lime these this year, which is unfortunate. We are going to take a hit on our yield this year for that, but it's something for us to keep an eye on and watch for next year. So we'll spin around at the top there and roll back down this way. And yeah, this goes at a fair rate. Will allow us to get this field nicely rolled, and then we'll have to do the headlands separately because it will miss bits unless I go right off the grass, but that's not going to be an option at bits of the field like there with the rocks. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. But at 6 meters, this job should be done fairly quickly by this bit of kit. So yeah, should be okay. I think the thing I miss about precision farming the most at the moment is being able to tell how much I'm spending setting up a field and working on a field. Each year it's been quite useful with that to see that, you know, I've spent X amount of seed and X amount of fuel and all of that kind of thing, and just seeing exactly how much it costs to set up a field and see if the field actually produces a profit, because that's the big thing, is are we having a profitable farm here? I'm hoping so. I'm hoping we're going to be able to at least repay some of the loan with the first year's crops. The thing is, we're going to have 4 fields by the time it rolls round. We are going to have 4 fields set up on here, and that might bring in enough profit. I mean, we should have, I think next game day we might actually be able to sell more silage bales, although if I can plant our second field, I will do next time, because we kind of want to get that planted with the same crop. If we stick to a single crop, that is going to make things much, much easier for us overall as things go. So yeah, if we can get some winter, I think we put barley into here. If we can get some winter barley into the other field, into our other arable field, we'll do quite well. Just coming down and around the edges here to finish this headland off. I'm going to have to go up the other end and do the other headland as well. So yeah, we'll have to roll along the road, I think. But yeah, it should be pretty good for us and allow us to make a fair amount of cash, especially with the barley. God, this is running slow on this road. Especially with the barley, we are going to be able to do some chickens with that, and we're going to be able to get some straw, hopefully for some cows with that as well. And yeah, should work out for us fairly well with that barley. And with the grass, we're just going to keep creating a whole load of silage bales and selling some of that on. We're also going to need to create some hay and some silage for the cows as well. So that should all work out fairly well. There we go. And our rollers are done. Back out and get away from that tree. A lot of people have suggested, and I keep getting comments on this series, oh, you should have started with forestry. You should have, you know, do whatever. My favorite one was do what everybody else does and start with a truck and a chainsaw and forestry. You'll have to borrow a bit of money to get yourself started, but you know, you can work your way up from there. So in order to do that, we'd have had to have borrowed 85,000 just to get the land with some forestry stuff on. Fine. But there is no sawmill on here. You have to buy the sawmill. So if I go into here, I just want to show you guys this. In construction, production chains, factories, the sawmill is included. Where are we? Multi-production, no, those are mods. Spinnery, dairy, carpentry. The sawmill is included somewhere in here as a base selling point, I think, in this version of it. If not, there is nowhere to sell wood. So that takes, yeah, so this is a sawmill. So you've got to borrow 60,000 just to do that. And so I'm still going to have to borrow money. Any way you look at it, you've got to borrow money to get started on this map. I think that I don't want to do... I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. I don't want to start exactly the same way as everybody else is. And at the end of the day, as I said, the target of this series... I do have a chainsaw. The target of this series is to go and is to repay anything we borrow by the end of it. So we've still got to work our way up, and we've still got to repay that. It's not something that is that we can ignore. The borrowing of this money to get all this stuff, we still have got to repay all of that. So yeah, it's at the end of the day, isn't going to make a huge amount of difference, other than the fact we get to farm and not completely destroy this really wonderful landscape around us. So let's hook up to our stone collector, because it is only 1 in the afternoon, and we are going to go and get... Well, actually, we want to empty this first. Well, we'll see how full we are. But yeah, we're going to want to empty this. Where we're going to empty it, I don't know right now. But yeah, we are going to need to empty this of stone eventually, because we've got a fair amount of it on here. But that rolling has gone quite well. Let's just check this. Yeah, so this is the issue. I said we have got a whole load of field that now needs lime. Do we have? And we have a big patch. The rest of the field actually is fairly well fertilized. We've got a big patch in the middle that is going to need fertilizing as well. Fertilizing, I think we're going to try and get a solid spreader that does both lime and fertilizing. I think that is going to be our best bet going forwards on here. So yeah, that will be something to pick up probably fairly soon, to try and get this field limed if we can. If we can get this limed and seeded next time, that will be really good. There's actually less stones on here than there first appears. We have not yet filled this. This has got a 2,000 litre capacity, this stone picker. And yeah, we've not yet filled it. And we're, well, halfway through the field, roughly. Which is quite something. I'm surprised. It looks like so many more stones than it actually is. Admittedly, these are all medium stones that have been pulled up by our plough, and so we are. They're not all massive ones. Unfortunately, they're too big to go back down with the roller, but not big enough to be the big ones that gives us a lot of stone. I suspect we'll pull up stone like this every year, simply because we're not going to be doing cultivating on here or anything like that. The ploughing actually helps us prevent weeds coming up, so it saves us having to have a weeder or a sprayer on here if we have this, and or if we plough it each year. Does mean that we need to pick up the stones and need a stone picker. But that's not the end of the world. You know, this works quite well in breaking down our soil as well, and giving us a cultivated setup from our plough furrows. So it's kind of a bit of a trade-off between the two, and means that we end up with a really good setup. I have forgotten to put the pickup down. So yeah, back to the start of this row, and we'll try again. That's much better. Right, so it's picking up again. So as I was saying, we are doing ploughing on here. It helps to prevent weeds. It does give us a little bit of money back in the form of these stones. And really, I quite like to put a lime production facility on here if we can. We do have one. I'm just wondering how much it's going to cost for us to place it. And will I have to borrow more money to place it than we'd get back from the savings on the lime itself? It's one of those things where as we expand the farm more and more, we are going to need more and more lime. And we're going to be producing stone for lime every year. So let's have a quick look at that, I think. Under construction. We want production factories. Yeah, so it's 15,000 for the lime production. And to purchase big bags of lime is 350 for 2,000 litres. So off these 2,000 litres, we're going to create 8,000 litres of lime. It's not a huge amount of money. We might be better off. I don't think there's actually anywhere to sell stones on here, is there? Let's go and have a look in here. Stone is normally down the bottom. Oh, the farm shop does take stones. So, yeah, we could actually sell these stones and we'd save money overall because we wouldn't buy that lime production facility. It would take forever for us to make the money back on lime with that production facility. And £12 per 1,000 litres of stones. It's only going to be £24 when we fill this thing. But it's at least £24. All right, we're nearly full. We're at 99%. It's actually more than 2,000 litres. It must be 2,300 litres this takes. Quite a nice large capacity this for a fairly small piece of equipment. I mean, it runs on this Massey. Which is, you know, quite something. Although I think this is 100 horsepower and the Massey is 95. So it's at the top limit, really, of what I want to put on this. And we're at 100%. Didn't take much on that row to hit that. So let's fold this in and go and see how much money we can make for our 2,300 litres of stone. Up at the shop, will it sell at this one? Nope, stone's not accepted there, so it must be this one here. Because, yeah, there are 2 farm shop sell points. Stones is not accepted here either. Will it sell stones to me? Is that the thing, or... Can I buy stones? That would be mad. There's an information point here. Sell wood. I think this is, yeah, I think this is a, not a, I think we can buy stones, but not sell them, which is weird. Because, yeah, this always confuses me. So, yeah, you can buy and sell. Yeah, the prices don't change on the selling. It does on the buying. So, yeah, we cannot sell stones. If we want to do anything with these stones, we are going to have to get ourselves either a stone crusher or a factory for making it with lime. So I think what we'll do at the moment, seeing as it is going to be so expensive for us to get the lime creation factory item, we'll just head back to the farm. We'll tip these in the farmyard and we will deal with them later. So I need to find somewhere out of the way up at the farm to tip these. Where is going to be our best place? I'm guessing by one of the already fairly big rock piles. I think just beside here, that's where we'll put these. We can then pick them up later. Can't see why you would buy stone on here. Seems an odd thing for the shop to sell. But, yeah. Right, let's go head over and get this field finished off so that we can, well, looks like pretty much get finished up for the day. Now, something we're going to have to do next time is get this field seeded. I also want to get it limed to, yeah, let's not miss the opportunity on this field that we missed on the other one. And get this field limed and then get it seeded. That should do fairly well for us. We can then roll it during November. Although, actually, we'll probably have to do everything next time. Because if we roll into November, having seeded this, and don't roll the field first, the field will germinate and we won't be able to actually get the roller on here to sort the seeds. So it's going to be a very busy day getting this field limed, seeded, and rolled next time. So we're kind of going to have to hit the ground running a little bit. The other thing we're going to need to do, I think, is finally put a 3-point on the front of this tractor. I have got the 3-point mod downloaded that will allow us to add it to this tractor, but obviously not purchased it yet. It does mean borrowing more money next time. And we're going to have to, as always, keep an eye on that. I don't think we've got anything in the shop on offer today. We will have a quick look. Yeah, nothing there that's of massive use to us. That Challenger at 45% off for 215,000 is a real steal, but we do not have anywhere near the money for that. So yeah, as always, the shop not really presenting us with anything massively useful to us. But we will continue to keep an eye on it and see if something crops up that is quite useful. I am going to look for a good fertilizer spreader that also does lime, that requires under 100 horsepower. That is going to be absolutely essential for us to get this field sorted next time. The alternative, and yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Should we just not worry about the lime this year? Get the crops in, get that done and dusted, and then next year we can sort out the lime. Maybe when we got a little bit more money for the equipment. Although, having said that, we are going to have to spread some fertilizer at some point as well. So a nice fertilizer spreader is going to be useful for that job too. But yeah, as always, I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know. We are coming up to our final run here though on this field. And yeah, we've got another 33%. full of stones here. And coming up to, actually, yes, 3,000 litres worth, because we've got 700 litres in here, and we've already tipped 2,600 or 2,300 litres out back at the yard. That's all good. It's really impressive. I'm so happy with the way our farm is going at the moment. We are moving forward very, very nicely. Yes, it's a fairly slow development, but that's how it goes. And I'm loving it. I'm hoping you guys are loving it as well. I need to sort this road out at the top. I don't know what tractor I built this for, but it's not this one. This one fits in one track. So we'll sort that out at some point in the future. Other thing we need to do is over here, we've got these. These are now silage bales, so these need selling in the near future as well. So that is probably not a job for next time, but as we move into November, that is certainly going to be something we want to do. For now, though, I'm going to leave this here. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.